AI will automate things, AI लोगों की नौकरी खा जाएगा.
Layoffs.
Some HRs नहीं हो, maybe HRs की जगह AI managers होंगे. AI agents are treated as first class citizens and they have their salaries.
AI first होना पड़ेगा.
AI. Generative AI.
जब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आई और हाथ से पंखा हिलाना बंद कर दिया और ऊपर चलना शुरू हो गया, राजा के पीछे जो 2 लोग खड़े होते थे वो चला रहे होते थे पंखा. They had to lose their job.
क्या आप बता सकते हैं आपके IIT में रैंक क्या थी?
It was a pretty average 1623.
Which is not an average ranking.
So I was disappointed initially. I enjoyed my job, but I didn't feel it was giving me enough intellectual challenge at that point. Whatever Hike does is 5 years ahead, probably. And that's the mistake. Like a lot of features that you see in WhatsApp, right? They were like, in Hike, they were like few years ago. We were launching stuff when the audience was not ready for it. So a great idea is great only when its time has come.
Hi everybody, this is Atulya, and as you may be aware, I'm one of the founders of Prepinsta, and today we have somebody very, very special. He's an educator, he's an innovator, and he's a builder. So we have Kush, who's the head of AI at Adda and is leading all the initiatives of AI related stuff at Adda and a lot of projects that he's also helping Prepinsta with. He's previously worked with Hike, with LimeRoad, and with Delivery. And he's also a teacher because he also teaches at Ashoka University, I believe. And he's an IITian as well, if I've not mentioned. And so the first question to you, Kush, ek baar, if anything that I've missed out and you want to add on to your introduction to help our audience understand a little bit.
कि confusion ना हो जाए, so that builder means product builder, not.
अच्छा, बाकी सब
Not the
introduction में
realistic
was
one.
everything sorted.
Yeah.
So
All is good.
बढ़िया. So my first question here is, Kush, हमारे students mostly engineers है.
Yeah.
A lot of us, including myself, we also wanted to go to IIT. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, because everybody has their own career path, we were not able to do that, but you were. तो क्या आप बता सकते हैं आपके IIT में रैंक क्या थी?
बहुत सालों बाद किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा है. But thanks for giving me a chance to recall. It was a pretty average 1623.
Which is not an average ranking. It's actually...
Yeah, but so I was disappointed initially, but then I realized it's actually making my path clear, because the biggest confusion I had after I gave my JEE was I loved physics so much that I wanted to do EP, but everyone wanted me to do computer science, electronics, like the top branches. No, but मेरा rank ऐसा आया कि that was the best choice.
And आप हो भी दिल्ली से, तो I guess this is the reason why you also chose to stay at IIT.
IIT Delhi, that was also the reason. I think, there was a shadow of doubt. Should I do computer science in IIT Guwahati at that time? But I think
And this is like how many years back?
This is back in 2004.
2004.
Yeah. Subjective papers होते थे.
So let's say अगर IIT में नहीं होता and you are one of the leading people right now in AI. Now what do you think would have had been a little different अगर IIT में आप नहीं जाते या फिर कहीं और जाते? Would you be still in AI?
See, I think what I would have done in that case, I would have landed up in AI, but via a different route probably, because I would have done my MS immediately instead of delaying it, right? Being in IT was a reason that I did not feel an immediate need to do an MS at that point. But eventually I would have landed up, because what I realized even through my IT days and also at ISI when I did my MS later, was I was always looking for something which is nascent, emerging in terms of and figuring out ways to deploy it. Right, even I remember at ISI when my professors were teaching me deep statistics, econometrics in the most, I would say, clean and foundational way. I was interested in कि machine learning में क्या hacky हो रहा है, right? And I think probably the first batch Andrew Ng, right? The first course he took online back in 2011 or so, I think.
Can you introduce Andrew Ng for people who may not be aware?
So Andrew Ng, I think he's my first machine learning teacher.
Okay.
Right, first time I did a MOOC, as well as got a chance to move from what I was doing, calling it statistics in a more traditional sense, to doing real world machine learning. And even today, when I think about end-to-end, right, he from those days, right, from days at Stanford to creating Baidu, or basically leading AI over there, he's one of the leading thinkers in the field of AI for me, right? And it's one of the few people I always regularly follow.
So he created, or he was a co-founder of something called as Google Brain.
Yeah.
And then Baidu, which is again the same analogy for a Chinese version of what Google is.
Yes.
Right. So one of my next question was, and half of it that you've already answered. You've done physics, I guess, from IIT Delhi.
Yeah.
Right. Now, can you tell me what was your journey into AI? So from physics to AI, and what actually inspired you to work in this field after IIT Delhi? Right. So you kind of changed your career from physics.
Yeah. So immediately after IIT Delhi, I remember it was subprime crisis back in 2008. So I landed up in a job. I had to wait until 4th day of placement, which I was not expecting, right? And I landed up in a job which I didn't quite had imagined I'll be doing. It was to do with basically participating as a technology consultant in IP litigations.
Okay.
Right. And that was the first time back in 2010, if I remember. It was a company called Ironway, by the way, which is, it was a very, I think, one of the best startups in the field of IP ever done in India. And so there was this case, think of the top big search giants back in 2010. So it was a case against them. And our client was one of the US companies who is well known for a lot of things, but they also have filed a lot of patents. And this company had multi-hundred million, I think multi-billion dollar actually at that time. It was settled in multi-$100 million finally in favor of our client. But they asked us to actually investigate whether the code written by these search giants was mapping onto their patent, being infringed in some way. And that was the time for the first time I realized the sheer practicality of whatever we thought as, or whatever we had heard as buzzwords until then, machine learning or AI, was really driving things, right? And actually leading to these big litigations. So that was one food of thought for me. Okay, this is something big. This is a very promising technology which can really do things, right? But more importantly, I anyways wanted to do MS because I was not like, I enjoyed my job, but I didn't feel it was giving me enough intellectual challenge at that point. I wanted to do my MS and was already thinking of something in applied math. And I had started applying to a lot of US schools. And I was in US at least for a few months then also. But then some tragic event happened in my family. I had to come back. And then I didn't feel like actually going back or actually going for MS next year. And luckily at that time, one of my friends he was preparing for UPSC, right? He said that I'm thinking of applying to ISI, which is statistics, economics, right? It's the best place to do MS in India in these two fields. So if you're interested in applied math, why not just apply there? Anyways, you are not planning to leave India this year. So I said, okay, let me apply. And what lied ahead was actually an experience that, looking back, I felt IIT to kuch bhi nahi tha.
Okay.
Right? ISI had this, I think 12 or 15 students they selected for our batch. It was called MS in quantitative economics, basically focus on statistics and economics and real world applications. And it was not about just clearing an exam. They actually conducted an interview. And then obviously it was funded by finance ministry, I think, at that time. Even now it is so. Now I think the number of
intake has
increased recently. So I didn't realize, okay, stakes itne high the is cheez ke. But I enjoyed, and not only doing those courses, studying, but also the culture. the way ISI was structured, right? We were always free after 4 p.m. or 4:35 p.m. Professors were literally playing badminton with us, discussing theorems as the shuttle went up, right? And it was quite fun, right? It was nothing like the conventional factory like colleges that we see everywhere. And I keep saying this, कि बहुत underrated college है यार, because it gave me the kind of intellectual freedom that I could have only imagined in IIT or even any US school. And that is what allowed me to explore a lot. Those couple of years, it was not just
what we taught in class.
हाँ, क्लास में जो पढ़ा रहे ठीक है, बट उसका क्या एप्लीकेशन है, कहाँ वो यूज हो सकता है. It was just expanding my brain in all possible directions. So it was, I think, the most fertile situation for me, right, to evolve for those couple of years. And that's why I did a lot of MOOCs from, you name it, right, from
MOOCs, I mean, you said.
Yeah, so MOOCs had just started. That was the first time I mentioned End2End's machine learning course came. I did.
So you learned things outside of college.
Right? So if I was studying measure theoretic probability in IIT or in ISI, right, I did a MOOC on, say, probabilistic graphical models, right, at the same time. And it basically completed the loop for me from like very, very theoretical stuff to actually how it translates to real world problem solving. And that also allowed me to go out of just statistics and economics. I studied a lot of stuff either through MOOCs or through just by being in the library or picking up random books, because that's the luxury I've never had since. I never had before. I knew कि यही 2 साल है ये सब करने के लिए.
And आपको कॉलेज के एग्जाम्स एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट की ज्यादा
एग्जाम्स तो हाँ, एग्जाम्स तो थ्रू हो ही जाते हैं एग्जाम्स. राइट,
ऐसे नहीं होता. आई रिमेम्बर, मतलब मेरे कॉलेज में आई flunked in at least 1 or 2 subjects at least. So did you ever flunk in any of the subjects in IIT or ISI?
IIT ISI में नहीं, स्कूल में yes. Right. And especially it was not just flunk for the sake of flunking. There were situations which really, so I'm a really bad artist. My wife is a fine arts trained fine artist, right? She's a fine arts expert, and she laughs when if I create a piece of art. And so I have failed in painting.
But now you can work upon models that can paint for you.
Yeah,
no?
Yeah. So that's my answer to her, as well as all the teachers who have given me that look, which I still remember with a lot of self pity.
So if I summarize it,
yeah,
IIT से बाद, the first job that you got that inspired you to figure out ways wherein the intellectual property भी है, उसमें भी how you can use, let's say, or get inspired from how you can use technology to define, let's say, IP litigation में क्या help हो सकता है. Then ISI.
Yeah.
ISI में you
तो यहाँ पे so intellectual property में बहुत सारी चीज़ें थी. So basically मैंने from say optoelectronics to networks and telecommunications to algorithms and obviously machine learning, AI. I read a lot of patents at that time. I read a lot of code at the same time to solve all these problems that the lawyers were facing. But उसमें से जो मेरे को सबसे interesting और impactful लगा was to do with this nascent piece of technology which we now know as AI.
Okay.
Obviously.
And then after that, ISI, your first job was exactly into AI or what?
Yeah. So basically ISI में I realized कि obviously part of me wanted to do graduate study. मैं PhD करना चाहता था. Part of me wanted to do it. But then I realized नहीं, उससे I don't think it would solve financial issues aside. It would not even solve my intellectual pursuit, because the way I pursue any piece of I would say knowledge is not, and it depends on person from person to person, but it's not just कि हाँ मैं पढ़ के खुश हो जाऊँगा. I want to do something with it, right? So I'm a builder by the very way of I approach reading or learning or whatever. I want to create something with it. So then I realized कि PhD से नहीं होगा, and MOOCs में anyways कर रहा था. So I whatever at that time, I think 2012-13, डेटा साइंस की 2-4 कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटीज आनी शुरू हुई थी इंडिया में, राइट. आई फेल्ट द वर्ल्ड इज ऑन टू समथिंग एंड लकीली आई वाज राइट. तो राइट प्लेस राइट टाइम वाली सिचुएशन हुई एंड probably I landed up probably out of all the companies came to campus, only one company was offering a data scientist role, which was at that time it was Opera.
Okay, Opera the browser that.
नहीं, Opera browser नहीं था, Opera consulting company थी.
अच्छा, okay.
Right, and they were into analytics, but they were now starting to do a lot of machine learning because even the way analytics was done was changing over time. So at that time, that was the only opportunity, and somehow I managed to get through. That was the only data science placement that happened out of ISI.
So after this, you worked with companies like LimeRoad, with companies like Delivery, with Hike.
Yeah.
Now we can understand, obviously, Delivery ke end pe they run a massive infrastructure of shipments being delivered from this pin code to that pin code. So they would need a lot of AI. Right. So if you can expand upon how you were using AI in Delivery per se.
Delivery, I was at I think very early stage. I was there for very short duration.
Okay.
But
how would Delivery use AI?
So the problem that I solved at that time was stabilizing their network.
Okay.
Basically, logistics में it's very important to be able to predict कि कहाँ कुछ फटने वाला है, right?
Okay.
Where there can be outages and delays, right? The sheer density of shipments coming in at a particular hub, for example, right, can just choke the whole system.
Correct.
So that was
So you were
there for about 3 months at an early stage, and I was obviously interested into doing relatively more deep learning stuff than statistical problems.
So in a way predicting कि supply chain में over supply होने वाली है, जिसकी वजह से there could be business impacts.
A big problem, a big place where Delivery has used, and they have done it really well, and I know a lot of people there now, and they have done a great job at actually building basically an AI address engine, right, which basically the last mile problem is a big issue, right? You won't have people fill incomplete addresses. There are a lot of inaccuracies in how an address is mapped to the actual geolocation, how the person gets there. So even then, back in 2014, when I was briefly there, there were a couple of really brilliant people working on solving this problem, applying state-of-the-art NLP technique. Deep learning had not started yet. It was still traditional NLP, but eventually, as the deep learning wave caught on, I think Delivery really rode very well on it.
So coming to Hike, and Hike is a messaging tool that almost all of us have used. In fact, back in my college days, I do remember Hike was my go-to place to chat to my then girlfriend, because they were feature of hidden mode.
Yeah.
Right. So I get at that point in time Snapchat and so on नहीं होता था, तो we were using hidden mode just in case हमारे parents ना पढ़ लें, and it was also cool. There were a lot of cool stickers as well. Can you please tell us how Hike was using AI, how we were implementing things?
So Hike, I think Hike is where the term as far as I remember, AI first, आज जो हर कोई बोलता है, was coined, right?
And Hike is one of the most successful companies out of India, because it has had a massive impact to compete with WhatsApp, create a users of approximately 300-400 million users were using Hike.
And at one point, and it was not just about competing with WhatsApp, it was also about staying ahead of the curve in terms of applying, not only just applying technology, but building really novel features which drive user delight. The only issue was probably we were doing too much, right? Confusing the hell out of users at times. And also, so even before Paytm, I think Hike में UPI integrate हो गया था, for example.
Okay.
It was on its way to become the super app. But super app might work in China because of government backing है वहाँ पे. Actually, in India, it's a very different. So WhatsApp and Hike, right? They have a level playing field, right? In China, WhatsApp cannot even imagine having a level playing field, with WeChat. So that was the unfortunate part, which is why eventually Hike had to pivot in the direction of monetizing through becoming a gaming company eventually.
Yes.
Right. Which was also an interesting journey.
They did
in
also
its
call
own.
something called as Hikeland.
Hikeland was also
Now Hike Game
now-
Nation.
High Gaming Nation is what a building, and I still keep following because sometimes I feel whatever Hike does is 5 years ahead probably, and that's the mistake. Many times.
Okay.
So for example, we were building avatars and applying state-of-the-art deep learning techniques back in like 6 years ago, from 2D avatars to 3D avatars, right? When people did not even start talking about NFTs, for example.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And like there are plenty of examples like this, right? Payments came way before demonetization. Imagine the timing coincided, right? Or immediately after demonetization came in. WhatsApp picked payments much later. WhatsApp picked features like a lot of features that you see in WhatsApp, right? They were like in Hike, they were like few years ago. And because of probably what happened is we were launching stuff when the audience was not ready for it. So a great idea is great only when its time has come, right?
It's
so
almost
that has been my biggest learning from the Hike.
Smash came a little too early, and then TikTok and Musical.ly came exactly at the right time, even though both of them were doing the same thing.
Yes.
So just talking about now here you are head of AI or all the initiatives, AI initiatives here at Adda.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little sneak peek of what all things your team is building right now, or something that we can expect out of Adda, Prep-Insta users, the whole thing?
So as we speak, we are launching a fun learning experience focused on language and personality development. We are calling it Revo, and it's a behavioral event teaching you to not only become fluent at a particular language, but also learn to navigate different situations that happen through your life, from relationships to work life to your friend circle or your family. And suppose you're traveling alone, right? And there are situations when you need to say things in a particular way, right? To not only get through the situation, but also use the situation to your advantage and as an opportunity to evolve also at the same time. So I think that's where we are coming from, and the biggest opportunity we see in the market right now is like in any company, especially in the Indian market, you have brilliant engineers, you have brilliant designers, right? You have great managers, but somewhere somewhere employers feel, and even people feel, that level of finesse is not there in my communication. That is one problem that we are solving. That level of situation awareness, that level of emotional quotient, I have not attained yet, right? Even I feel sometimes, right? So Revo is one kind of target audience, and obviously then there are people who are not confident about speaking in English yet, for example, and that itself is the biggest I would say learning or a skilling gap in the Indian market, that as I see it.
So कुछ बहुत सारे लोग हैं हमारे पास Prep-Insta में आते हैं, and they take our courses, they take the subscription, and while they are really happy with कि हमने Prep-Insta से DSA पढ़ा, competitive coding पढ़ा, machine learning पढ़ा, but somehow वो लोग जब जॉब के लिए जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ देयर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स और बिकॉज ऑफ मे बी इंटरव्यू फियर. Because I remember my first interview, which was for a company called as Grofers.
Yeah.
Now it is named, it is called as Blinkit because it got acquired by Zomato. I remember मेरे को first interview में इतना interview fright था कि they asked me some other question और मैंने आंसर ही किसी और क्वेश्चन को दे दिया. Because even though मुझे पता है इंटरव्यू के बाद कि I know how to solve this question. So there was a question of finding कुछ तो पैलिंड्रोम से रिलेटेड था. देव गिवन मी एन कैरेक्टर आ रहे हैं, उसके सारे परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशंस प्रिंट करने. आई डोंट इवन रिमेंबर, देयर वाज सम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी जो उधर हुई. मुझे वो क्वेश्चन तब आता था. नाउ आई डोंट रिमेंबर कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग डीएसए, बट बैक देन आई वाज रियली गुड एट इट. नाउ आई नो दैट वी आर बिल्डिंग समथिंग कूल, एग्जैक्टली एड्रेसिंग द सेम प्रॉब्लम. इफ यू कैन गिव अस अ लिटिल ब्रीफ अबाउट के क्या हम बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, क्या वो यूजर्स को हेल्प करेगा.
So we are calling this as interview bar. Okay, so thanks for firstly mentioning it because I just forgot about this while talking about Revo. So interview bar is something we have launched as an early beta, which is an invite only beta program right now. And this is, the pitch is basically from nervous to interview ready. That's where we want you to be. To get to. And the idea behind this product is basically it's a three-way, an interview is a three-way confluence between your employer, you, and possibly your school if you're currently in a college, right? And all parties actually want you to succeed if you think about it, right?
इंटरव्यूअर को जल्दी हायर करना है कि 5 इंटरव्यू ना लेने पड़े, एक ही बंदा जो आया है आ जा भाई, एंड देन
योर कॉलेज वांट्स यू टू सक्सीड बिकॉज उसको प्लेसमेंट अपनी अच्छी करनी है, एंड ऑब्वियसली यू
वांट टू गेट अ जॉब,
राइट, इसलिए इंटरव्यू दे रहे हो, राइट. तो एवरीवन वांट्स यू टू सक्सीड बट समहाउ वो होता नहीं है. क्यों? एंड बिकॉज ऑफ वन ऑफ द रीजंस इज एक नर्वसनेस है. यू डोंट नो व्हाट टू एक्सपेक्ट, राइट. जैसे पॉडकास्ट से पहले अगर जैसे मेरे को नहीं पता व्हाट टू एक्सपेक्ट, राइट, बट मैं एटलीस्ट मेंटली, मेरे पास इंटरव्यू बाहर नहीं था बट मैं मेंटली सिमुलेट करके आया यार क्या क्या हो सकता है, एंड इट ब्रॉट मी इनटू अ सिचुएशन कि हाँ मैं कंफर्टेबली अतुल्या से आई कैन टॉक नाउ. ओके, बट सो वी वांट टू गिव अ रियल वर्ल्ड सिमुलेशन टू यू, एंड ऑल्सो वी आर कॉलिंग इट एज इंटरव्यू बार बिकॉज वी वांट टू गिव इट एट द राइट बार एट विच योर टारगेट कंपनी इज हायरिंग. तो गूगल का इंटरव्यू गूगल की तरह लगेगा, राइट. TCS का इंटरव्यू TCS की तरह लगेगा.
सो आप AI से बात कर सकते हो, लेट्स से 30 मिनट्स, एंड बैक एंड फोर्थ AI को आप आंसर्स कर रहे हो, वो आपको हेल्प कर रहा है कि नहीं आपने गलत आंसर करा, ठीक करा. इंटरव्यू के बाद आपको फीडबैक मिल रहा है, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो द डिपेंडेंट अपॉन द कंपनी दैट इज हायरिंग. सो द लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी और द सिचुएशनल टाइप क्वेश्चन दैट, जैसे हम एक बार डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि TCS जो क्वेश्चंस पूछती है वो शायद Amazon पूछेगी ही नहीं, और जो Amazon पूछती है वो TCS नहीं पूछेगी, या फिर Deloitte जो पूछती है वो Mu Sigma नहीं पूछेगी, because Deloitte is a consulting company, Mu Sigma or ZS Associates, it's a data analytics company or a data company.
And even within analytics, some companies would ask you deep querying questions. Some companies would give you guesstimates kind of stuff.
Correct.
Right? तो वो पता नहीं होता. So this is definitely one part of the game. The other part is also the company side of it. Companies को भी प्रॉब्लम है, इवन हमें प्रॉब्लम होती है हायरिंग में, बार मेंटेन करने में, कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करने में, राइट. फॉर एनी ऑफ द नॉट जस्ट software developers but also other profiles.
So are we thinking of maybe creating something for the companies and also?
Yes.
जिससे उनका hiring का first interview can be automated.
Yeah.
One of the use.
At least the first round should, I don't think first round humans should take. Hiring funnel would be much lighter and sharper.
So with this we will probably moving ahead के कम HRs hire हो. Because AI में everybody is talking about AI will automate things, AI लोगों की नौकरी खा जाएगा.
कम HRs नहीं हो, मे बी HRs की जगह AI managers होंगे. AI भी तो रिसोर्स है. Now I see AI agents as becoming first class citizens. The way we are running the AI lab at Adda, right? And that's where even Adda as a company would get to, right? Is AI agents are treated as first class citizens. And they have their salaries, right? मतलब उनका जो पूरा, हाँ, उनका चाहे वो कंप्यूट पावर है, चाहे if there are agents which we are testing for, from coding to QA to everything that we do, right? Even to communication automation, right? You got to treat them as first class citizens. तभी you would expect the right things out of them. Otherwise क्या होगा? And you need people to manage them. ऐसा नहीं होगा. जैसे एक human, like एक 10, maybe team of size 10 के लिए एक HR partner चाहिए होता है, एक talent partner चाहिए होता है, या एक HR VP चाहिए होगा, whatever. Similarly, for 5 or 10 agents or maybe 15 agents, you would need an HR person.
But hopefully in the upcoming future, HR person को भी थोड़ा AI first होना पड़ेगा.
Everyone would need to be AI first, because as with any tech, right? Did we ask this question जब electricity आई और हाथ से पंखा हिलाना बंद कर दिया और ऊपर चलना शुरू हो गया, तो did we ask this question, you need to be electricity first, right? होना पड़ा सबको. And people who were doing this, राजा के पीछे जो 2 लोग खड़े होते थे, वो चला रहे होते थे पंखा, they had to lose their job so that their children could do better things.
Correct.
Right?
The quality
In
of
future.
life became better, the jobs became better.
Yes.
So now, since we are moving into AI direction only, I want to ask this question because I know the foundational logics of whatever AI is based upon. Python, so for example. And this was very surprising to me to get to know this. Python existed long before Java was launched.
Yeah.
But when we look at, and Python is the primary language right now these days, जिसमें हमारा AI की at least AI first models जिससे हम language में code कर रहे हैं most cases में. Now 1980s, 1970s, I don't remember the exact date, Python was there, Java launched a little bit later. But why did it take so much time that हम AI के बारे में, I guess we've only started talking about serious level पे in a workplace to implement AI, Gen AI over the last 4 or 5 years only. Why now? Is there anything related to compute or, Moore's law only making sure कि अभी ये हो सकता है?
So obvious one फिर compute है, algorithms है, right? So these are the obvious things. But there are a few non-obvious things. So I think obvious में data भी है, by the way. इतना data कभी available नहीं था, और data cloud पे था, right? Due to which all these models got trained. Algorithms थे, compute था. तो इस triangle से तो obviously AI develop हो गई. But what is different from, see, जैसे अगर मैं Java और Python वाले the example you gave, if I compare the current situation to that, at that time people did realize that Java sucked at many places. Even I realized, though I enjoyed coding in Java, but I realized that the moment I saw Python, I thought I took it lightly initially in terms of its potential. But then I realized नहीं, बहुत powerful है, because this is the most natural way you could probably want to communicate with a computer at that time, right? And now from Python, we are communicating with computers with prompts. That's even more natural, right? So even the way you think, right, you are able to communicate. It puts a lot of onus on you to be a clear thinker. And even with Python, you can, as a developer, you can make lesser mistakes. You have to make lesser mistakes. The onus is, because Java would take care of a lot of things because of its very strict ecosystem as such, right? Python won't take care of those things. So you have to be very precise in your thought process. Same, even उससे ज़्यादा LLMs के साथ है. अब जो situation है कि you have to be very precise when you are prompting something. Otherwise वो कुछ भी कर देगा, right? So these are like, it's like a human spirit, जिसको आप थोड़ा भी freedom दोगे तो वो कहीं भी ले जाएगा. You have to be very precise in your instruction. But that said, it's the most natural way a human could imagine to communicate with a machine, right? Be it through text or through voice, right? We are already communicating in real time as we communicate with real humans. So coming back to your question, right? Beyond the 3 obvious ones, which are data and obviously compute and algorithms, these 3 things got developed. Yes, तो AI तो develop होना था, but adoption इतनी quick क्यों हुई? the reason I feel for that is cloud itself. जैसे पहले कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी आती थी, क्लाउड से भी एक डीपर रीजन है, I'll come to it later, बट पहले कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी आती थी वो कंज्यूमर के पास नहीं आती थी, डिफेंस के पास, गवर्नमेंट्स के पास पहले जाती थी. थिंक ऑफ न्यूक्लियर, थिंक ऑफ स्पेस, राइट, थिंक ऑफ इवन इंटरनेट,
Right. When I also think of these अभी इंडिया पाकिस्तान वॉर के टाइम पे SAMs, the surface to air missiles.
Yeah.
These are also a machine learning system which are detecting.
I don't think इतना है, इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है उसमें.
हाँ.
बहुत ही बेसिक है. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, but जितना मैंने स्टडी किया है बहुत कम है. अभी तो आना है उसमें.
Okay.
अभी तो you are preparing, you are looking at drones जो कि एक आपको लगेगा मच्छर उड़ रहा है, उसमें कैमरा होगा, राइट, फ्लाइट, एंड दे आर एबल टू सेव देमसेल्व्स. तो अभी तो रिसर्च हो रही है उस डायरेक्शन में, बट ये रिसर्च हो रही है आफ्टर AI हैज कम इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द एवरेज कंज्यूमर. द रीजन दिस हैज हैपेंड इज जब न्यूक्लियर आया, जब इंटरनेट आया, तब इतना अच्छा क्लाउड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं था, 5G नहीं था, राइट, एक्सेसिबिलिटी नहीं थी कंज्यूमर्स के लिए. बिकॉज ऑफ this whole, I would say, cloud and connectivity, right, 5G connectivity that everyone has now, every innovator today is incentivized to build for the end consumer and not just focus on government and defense kind of use cases, जो कि हर टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ होता है.
Basically you're saying consumer, maybe the government, maybe it was companies using AI to do their marketing better, but now finally there's a direct to consumer business model because advent of 5G, सब लोगों के हाथ में phone है, they can ask questions. And I was very surprised to see Android में I was testing Prepinsta app that we've just recently launched. So I saw top charts में the first app in Android is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And now my mom also has started to use ChatGPT. वो अपना हिंदी में उन्हें फेसबुक पे पोस्ट करना होता है तो वो उसे टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच डिक्टेट करती हैं. वो पहले फेसबुक पे भी हो जाता था, बट नाउ शी इज लाइक कि अच्छा इसे ठीक कर दो, इसको थोड़ा ऐसे बना दो, एंड सो ऑन.
बट अगर ओपन एआई 1945 में होती,
हाँ,
तो उसके पास इंसेंटिव ये ना होता कि आपकी मॉम के लिए बनाए.
हाँ.
उसका इंसेंटिव होता है यार मेरा क्लाइंट तो गवर्नमेंट ही है या कोई बड़ी कंपनी है, तो वो एआई या न्यूक्लियर जो भी टेक बनाती वो उसके लिए बनाती.
सो मे बी तब क्वांट्स में जो ट्रेडिंग होती है वहाँ यूज होता, गवर्नमेंट लेवल से यूज होता, एंड सो ऑन. So my next question is, which is precisely, maybe we should have covered this earlier. Most students जो हमारे देख रहे हैं, these want to enter either into the field of data, in the field of AI, Gen AI, or all the new buzzwords that are there in the market, or maybe वो already उसी space में है, but are in the very early stages of their, their professional career in AI or Gen AI or data and so on. Let's say for the first set of users जो नहीं ही हैं, how would you suggest? Because I remember back in 2014 and so on, मेरे college में भी curriculum था, there was this one subject related to AI, and I studied that, but at the very end मैं उसमें कुछ use नहीं कर पाया. There was no practical coding knowledge, there were game theories, there were a lot of things that I don't remember, but purely theoretical. But now if they want to enter, how would you suggest that their learning journey should be?
So let me understand the people better first before.
So these are let's say engineers, or who may be from CSIT background, or who also may be from mechanical EC EEE background, and उन्हें हल्की बहुत coding आती है, just the C++, Java, a little bit of DSA, and don't know how do they enter AI and what all they should study for their first job to get into AI.
So I think first चीज़ ये समझनी है हर किसी को कि AI में मेरे को क्यों एंटर होना है. पहले वो क्वेश्चन सेटल करना ज़रूरी है सबके लिए. एंड उसमें कई पर्सपेक्टिव्स आ जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, समवन इज़ ऑलरेडी अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेव, राइट, उसको कोड करना है, बट उसको 10x डेवलपर बनना है, राइट. दैट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट नीड वर्सेस समवन हु वांट्स टू बिल्ड हिज ओन कंपनी, उसको स्टार्टअप करना है, वर्सेस समवन जिसको ना स्टार्टअप से लेना देना है, ना टेक्नोलॉजी से एज सच लेना देना है, but that person eventually that person might want to say हम HR की बात कर रहे थे या मे बी अकाउंट्स या फाइनेंस की बात करें तो उसको वहाँ पे स्पेशलाइज करना है, विच इज़ अ वेरी डिफरेंट डिस्टिंक्ट फील्ड. नाउ दीज आर वेरी डिफरेंट फील्ड्स. सो इन माई पर्सपेक्टिव, जो भी मैंने अभी तक पिछले 2 साल में डेवलपमेंट्स को समझा है, फर्स्टली अगर उससे भी बेसिक क्वेश्चन मैं अगर समझूँ तो, कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट मेरे को AI सीखना है या कोई टेक्नोलॉजी सीखनी है. द क्वेश्चन इज़ कि मेरे को लाइफ में करना क्या है. अब जो वर्ल्ड आ रहा है उसमें इट हैज़ बिकम इवन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन इन द मोस्ट ऑथेंटिक वे. Otherwise, you are doing a big disservice to you because of the following, I would say, example जो मैं देना चाहूँगा. सपोज एक सेल्स पर्सन है. सपोज आपको लगता है कि अच्छा सेल्स एक ल्यूक्रेटिव प्रोफेशन है, इसलिए मेरे को सेल्स में जाना है. ओके. और आप चले गए कि हाँ आपने 1-2 सेल्स की, आपको किक मिली, आप चले गए. यू आर डूइंग अ डिसेंट जॉब. यू आर प्रॉब्ली, अगर ऑन अ स्केल ऑफ 1 to 100 आप 80th परसेंटाइल पे हो एज अ सेल्स पर्सन, राइट. तो यू फील अबव एवरेज हो, यू आर डूइंग वेल इन प्रोफेशन. नाउ कम्स AI, राइट. एंड और वो टाइम आ रहा है दैट AI वुड बी एबल टू बीट द 90th परसेंटाइल सेल्स पर्सन, प्रॉब्ली 95th परसेंटाइल ऑल्सो. सो इट मेक्स सेंस फॉर यू ओनली टू बी इन सेल्स अगर आप उसके ऊपर हो. और ये मैं सेल्स को लेके नहीं कह रहा,
मूवी ऊपर हो कब तक हो.
मैं कब तक हो नहीं. आई थिंक देयर वुड ऑलवेज बी ह्यूमन इंजेन्युइटी
So just like you
जो
said,
कि AI से बेटर होगी किसी भी फील्ड में.
so just like you said, is there a way, जैसे एक HR BP होएगा and उसके बाद अपने HR agents होंगे to manage all the tasks.
Yes.
Similarly, maybe the new age of sales is going to be wherein एक सेल्स का बंदा अपने मल्टीपल सेल्स के इंजन्स को रन कर रहा है. अलग अलग एजेंट्स हैं who cold call or hot call them on the basis of that.
But that person is able to train them, right?
Train them
और orient them, right? और basically correct them अगर वो कुछ मिस कर रहे हैं. Most importantly, evaluate them कि क्या गैप्स है उन the way they are. अब सेल्स तो एक एग्जाम्पल हो गया. Why I'm saying is this कि अगर वो करियर चॉइस लेते वक्त दैट सेल्स पर्सन वॉज इनऑथेंटिक, तो वो 80th परसेंटाइल पे ही रह जाएगा, उससे ऊपर राइज नहीं कर पाएगा. बिकॉज टू रियली अचीव एक्सीलेंस इन वॉट एवर यू डू, यू रियली नीड योर हार्ट एंड माइंड एंड एवरीथिंग इन इट. वो तभी हो सकता है आप ऑथेंटिक हो अपने साथ और आप वो चूज कर रहे हो जो आप सही में चाहते हो. तो एंड यू आर लिविंग इट, यू आर लिविंग, राइट. सपोज मैं AI करना है, आई एम नॉट लिविंग एंड ब्रीदिंग AI, तो मैं AI में मतलब आई वोंट बी एबल टू ट्रेन अ बेटर मॉडल देन एन AI वुड बी एबल टू ट्रेन, और AI वुड बी एबल टू ट्रेन इटसेल्फ, राइट, टुमारो. तो आई थिंक दिस चॉइस ऑफ एंड दिस लेवल ऑफ सेल्फ डिस्कवरी और सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन जो अब नीडेड है आज के टाइम में, इट इज़ इवन मोर. सो माई मैसेज टू एनीवन वुड बी टू फर्स्ट रियली अंडरस्टैंड कि यार मैं चाहता क्या हूँ, किस में मेरे को रियली फुलफिलमेंट. किसी को हो सकता है यार किसी को ये सब ना करना, उसको ट्रैवलिंग में फुलफिलमेंट मिलती हो, राइट. कैन द पर्सन बिकम द बेस्ट ट्रैवलॉगर, और ट्रैवलॉग नहीं भी करनी उसको, तो ट्रैवल से रिलेटेड कुछ और वो किसी चीज़ में बेस्ट बन सकता है. मे बी फूड से रिलेटेड किसी चीज़ में, अगर उसका इफ ही हैज़ दैट काइंड ऑफ रिफाइंड, आई वुड से नॉट ओनली टेस्ट बट ऑल्सो but also genuine interest, right, in culture and food, for example.
So, but let's say we talk about a very particular set of people जो already interested हैं and they want to move into it. But because of lack of mentorship, lack of guidance, maybe they belong to a college wherein it's all about curriculum, theoretical knowledge, AI first thinking नहीं है college के अंदर. Now, right now they've been following traditional ways कि अच्छा मेरे को सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग कंपनीज में घुसना है, सो आई मस्ट स्टडी C++ जावा, देन मेरे को कॉम्पिटिटिव कोडिंग DSA पढ़ना है, देन फिर मेरे को लीड कोड प्रैक्टिस करना है. लीड कोड पे मेरी अच्छी रैंक आएगी, दैट आई कैन पुट इन रिज्यूमे, लर्न अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ OS एप्टीट्यूड एंड इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रिपरेशन करो. नाउ obviously the interviews are now changing wherein these companies are demanding projects, certifications and so on. but they want to move into a bias and a set of companies. जैसे हमारे when the users are applying, जब वो हार्डवेयर कंपनीज में अप्लाई करते हैं, लाइक सिस्को और AMD और NVIDIA, Texas Instruments, and so on. So we say, since these are, networking companies or hardware companies, you must either do a CCNA or the CCNP certification. OS आपको ढंग से पढ़ना है, networks, computer networks आपको ढंग से पढ़ना है, IPv4, IPv6. So these are that set. Even though that's also a software engineering job, but that is focused upon a particular company that are doing hardware efforts.
Yes.
If somebody wants to be in software engineering, but as a software developer, but be into specific companies that are at the forefront of AI, either at the research page or at an execution space, जहाँ पे maybe these guys are creating wrappers of already existing trainable models. So what would you say कि what is a lead code version of model? Is participating in events on Kaggle a thing? आप उस इंजीनियर को आप क्या बोलोगे?
ओके, तो सपोज किसी को हो गया कि एआई में इतना इंटरेस्ट है मेरे को कि आई नो कि मेरा यही पैशन है और टॉप, ऑब्वियसली मेरा पैशन है तो मैं टॉप 1% 2% में आ ही जाऊंगा. तो नो एआई वुड बी एबल टू रिप्लेस मी, राइट, इन बीइंग माई सेल्फ, राइट, और बीइंग ट्रूली ऑथेंटिक, बिकॉज आप कुछ यूनिक कर रहे हो. अगर आप टॉप 1% में हो तो मतलब आप कुछ यूनिक कर रहे होगे अपनी फील्ड में, राइट, जो कि ईजी नहीं है रेप्लिकेट करना. तो and that's the largest or the biggest sense of security you can ever achieve in life. तो अब given कि वो authentic feeling आ गई आपको कि यार मैं यही हूँ, अब मेरे को करना है, अब within that कई paths आ जाते हैं within AI भी, right? If I talk about various paths, one is path of pure, अगर मैं coding और building के point of view से बात करूँ, can I create my like 1% AI startup, जो कि possible है, जो कि लोग अब कर रहे हैं, 1 or 2 people are doing it, right? मेरे को वो करना है, right? And it requires, तो no Kaggle is going to help you there, right? No lead code is going to help you there. In that case, you have to come from the perspective of मैं कौन सी problem solve करना चाहता हूँ, जो कि अब टाइम आ चुका है कि AI से इस तरह से सॉल्व हो जाएगी जिस तरह से पहले पॉसिबल ही नहीं था. वी हैव सो मच डेटा, वी हैव सो मच AI, इस लेवल ऑफ नॉट ओनली जस्ट स्पेस बट फिनेस पे टेक्नोलॉजी पहुंच चुकी है कि नाउ आई कैन सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम बाय जस्ट इनोवेटिंग फॉर द नेक्स्ट 3 months. सो देन यू हैव टू वर्क बैकवर्ड्स ऑफ द कस्टमर प्रॉब्लम जो आप सॉल्व कर रहे हो. वो एक डिफरेंट अप्रोच है. नाउ टू कंट्रास्ट, देयर कुड बी डेवलपर जिसको गूगल या माइक्रोसॉफ्ट जाना है. नाउ दैट पर्सन हैज टू थिंक थ्रू कि यार मेरे को गूगल जाना है, मेटा जाना है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट जाना है, think of any farm companies. Now you keep hearing कि 10,000 लोग फायर कर लिए, 15,000 लोग फायर कर लिए.
वो हर 3-4 महीने में
आता है कुछ ना कुछ. So you should get a sense of कि मेरे को क्यों जाना है, पहले तो पूछो, right? Am I not safer building my own company? पहले तो ये क्वेश्चन जरूर कंसिडर करो, मैं सबको कहूँगा, बिकॉज टाइम इज कमिंग फॉर 3 people 5 people companies or 2 people companies, right? AI के आने के बाद लेजर इकोनॉमी इतनी बड़ी होने वाली है बिकॉज पीपल वुड हैव लॉट ऑफ टाइम, थैंक्स, बिकॉज काफ़ी चीज़ें AI कर रही होगी. एज अ रिजल्ट लॉट ऑफ वैल्यू इज इन द एक्सचेंज इकोनॉमी दैट ह्यूमन्स वुड क्रिएट, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं एकदम कंट्रास्टिंग एग्जाम्पल्स दूँ तो बेंगलोर में देर आर पीपल जो कि सिर्फ सपर ग्रुप्स बना के they are earning lakhs and lakhs of
I have
money.
read about it.
Right, you would
today
have
morning only.
Right.
So कुछ on that supper club only, आज सुबह ही मैंने ये न्यूज़ पढ़ी कि बैंगलोर में there are people who have quit their jobs and उन्होंने सपर क्लब बना दिया है जहाँ पे they are giving कि हाँ हमारे घर पे आओ, आप खाना खाओ as a couple. 2,500 rupees per person ticket है. And they are doing it twice or thrice a week or over the weekend and are earning 60,000-70,000 rupees over the weekend.
Yes.
Obviously, because they want to have an experience. People want to have an experience ke we are new to this city, maybe we don't have as many friends. We want to tag along with people and unke supper party mein jayenge. We'll drink some wine. We'll have some homemade good food. So this was very interesting and weird to me.
Yeah. So it also means people have more and more leisure time.
Correct.
right? This is where the world is going, and there would be a lot of room for एक्सचेंज इकोनॉमी. फॉर एग्जांपल एआई से, अगर आपको एआई में जेन्युइन इंटरेस्ट है, क्या आप कुछ ऐसी गेम बना सकते हो या कोई लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस बना सकते हो किसी के लिए जो कि एंटरटेनिंग भी हो? कैन यू डू दोज थिंग्स? देन यू आर ऑन टू समथिंग और सॉल्विंग समवन्स प्रॉब्लम, एंड एज वेल एज फाइंडिंग एन इंटरेस्टिंग वे फॉर दैट पर्सन टू स्पेंड जो एक्सेस टाइम क्रिएट होगा एआई की वजह से. सो दिस इज वन पर्सपेक्टिव. देन इवन देन इफ यू वांट टू जॉइन अ बिग कंपनी और इवन अ स्टार्टअप, आपको एआई में जाना है, इफ यू वांट टू डू इट फॉर्मली, तो येस यू कैन डू लीड कोड, यू कैन डू केगल, बट अल्टीमेटली इनके पीछे की जो फाउंडेशंस है, दैट इज व्हाट मैटर्स मोर.
So
Right.
I was just recently, and I think everybody would have gone through this. अभी हमारे मार्क ज़करबर्ग जी ने there was these many blogs that we were reading that there have been poaching from different companies, especially OpenAI, जहाँ पे $100 million salary. You were talking about one person company, and I completely believe that in the next within this decade, we are going to see a company being valued, raising money, but is a one single person company and having a valuation or a revenue of $1 billion.
Yes.
So वो तो एक separate है, but now we've seen कि at least $1 billion के close, that is $100 million salaries तो market में आने लगी हैं in
Right.
AI.
Right.
And there was this person called as Trapit Bansal from IIT Kanpur who was the part of those 5-10 people joining as a big package salary. What is your take on to it? क्या करें हम और आप जिससे $100 million सैलरी के लिए हम लेट से चले जाएं?
See, I think they are paying him not just for the value he is going to create for Meta, but also he is not going to create for OpenAI anymore.
Okay.
Right, to put it bluntly, right? Because they are prohibiting other companies to have that kind of talent.
So आप बैंगलोर रॉयल चैलेंजर्स बैंगलोर से आप विराट कोहली दिल्ली में खरीद के ले आते हो जिससे वहां रन ना बनाए, हमारे लिए तो बनाए पर वहां भी रन ना बनाए.
पर विराट कोहली चलना चाहिए, राइट? नाउ इस केस में या जोक्स अपार्ट, द गेम इज अबाउट वैल्यू क्रिएशन, राइट? अगर हमें, राइट, सपोज इफ वी वांट टू हैव दोस काइंड ऑफ सैलरीज इन अड्डा, राइट, एंड वी हैव टू क्रिएट दैट अमाउंट ऑफ वैल्यू.
करेक्ट.
फॉर अल्टीमेटली ओपनएआई ने वो वैल्यू क्रिएट की, नो मैटर की लॉसेस में है कंपनी, राइट, बट वी ऑल नो कितना वैल्यूएबल है व्हाट दे क्रिएटेड, राइट? सेम goes for, right, if you talk about Gemini, if you talk about any of these tools, right? Even जो OpenAI ने लीड लेके मार्केट में पुश करके, like lot of people they say things about Sam Altman, बट उसने पुश तो किया कम से कम. अदरवाइज तो ये चीज़ें बन रही थी और हमें पता नहीं था कि टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी आगे पहुंच गई है, राइट? समवन नीडेड टू बेल द कैट एक्चुअली एआई में, एंड OpenAI.
So अभी तक we were just seeing conversations about people in the service industry being a little more efficient because of AI. There were conversation about new AI economy wherein existing jobs in sales, in marketing, in software development may change over a period of time, and these people need to go to a different industry altogether.
Yes.
So these were the conversation that we were saying, but now there are a few conversations that I am also seeing and media is not picking up upon it. There are companies like Boston Dynamics. There are companies now, Optimus, that Tesla has launched. And these companies are, initially, from what I understand, would be the part of the workforce, of automation workforce, working in their own factories. जो human बार-बार repetitive काम कर रहा है. Screwdriver मेरे को बार-बार उसे tight करना है, quality check करना है. That Optimus bot is going to do. But I was reading this very interesting article, and this also reminds me about a movie that I watched. Will Smith की कोई movie, I, Robot. That there's a robot जो घर का खाना भी बना रहा है. How soon do you see that, an Optimus version of robot is also going to not just service economy, but in a way जहाँ पे hard human skills हो रहे हैं, that are operational human skills, like waiter or घर का खाना बनाने वाला, or a farming.
Yes.
Right? That's also a repetitive thing.
Yeah.
And what do you think will enable people? Because India में तो सभी इसी चीज में लगे हुए हैं. अब ऑलरेडी टेस्ला कार आ रही है, जस्ट अभी 2 दिन पहले लॉन्च हुई है. वी डोंट नीड ड्राइवर्स एनी मोर अपेरेंटली.
इंडिया में तो इस तरह की रोड्स है कि चाहिए होंगे ड्राइवर्स अभी बहुत कुछ टाइम तक।
और यहाँ पे जैसे
और टेस्ला का क्या होगा जो गुड़गांव में हुआ था लास्ट वीक उस बारिश में
हमारे हरियाणा के ड्राइवर
लोग हैं तो
हमारे हरियाणा के ड्राइवर्स भी फेस करने पड़ेंगे टेस्ला को थार में आते हुए.
So we are still far from that, not just from a lighter perspective that I shared, but from the perspective of something much more जो AI as an industry lag कर रही है is the focus on sustainability and costs, right? तो ये जितने भी models हैं at the end of the day, like we are not talking about trillion parameter models, it is becoming common. So ultimately, we are creating intelligence by trying to simulate a brain which consumes this much energy, right? Like it consumes, I think, 20% of our daily calories at best, right? If we are really thinking hard, right, through the day. तो उसको हम simulate कर रहे हैं with big machines right now in terms of number of params and the kind of energy consumption that happens. Now, you cannot imagine scaling it to that extent कि हर घर पे एक रोबोट हो जो कि इतनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम कर रहा हो, राइट? ऑलरेडी एस्टिमेट है इवन एट द करंट फेस ये चीज़ें नहीं भी हुई तो आई थिंक MIT की रिसेंट रिपोर्ट थी, बाय इन अ कपल ऑफ ईयर्स at least a quarter of US households की energy, right? Or the kind of energy that AI would be consuming would be good enough to actually run at least a quarter of households in US, right? तो imagine उतनी energy AI consume कर रही होगी 2 साल बाद, and US के households कितनी energy consume करते हैं सबको पता है, average household भी, right? तो that's where the world is going, unfortunately, in respect of कि AI को सस्टेनेबल बनाने में लोग इतना सोच नहीं रहे हैं. प्रॉब्ली इंडिया में हम यूनिकली पोजिशनड है क्योंकि हमें सोचना पड़ता है कॉस्ट फर्स्ट चीज़ों को. इवन इन आवर कंपनी द वे वी आर क्रिएटिंग AI और जनरली जिस तरह से इंडिया में काम हो रहा है, राइट, इट इज़ लाइटर वेट, मे बी एम्बॉडीड AI पे फोकस इंडिया में ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. आई वुड लव टू सी इट. और एम्बॉडीड AI में बाय डिफॉल्ट यू कैन नॉट हैव so much energy consumption. आप हमेशा क्लाउड की वेट नहीं कर सकते.
Why do you think, जैसे earlier we were saying there are so many companies at the forefront of models of AI, their own IP models of AI in US. Again, OpenAI is there, Gemini, Google is there, then there is Grok, there are many others. China was falling behind upon it, and then we got DeepSeek as one of their open source models. India में there's this Kritim, but I don't know how much good is it or not, by Bhavish Agarwal of Ola. Why do you think India is not taking it seriously, and what should we do about so that we are at least having their own model? That
I think the biggest gap, right, is ultimately जहाँ पे हम लोग भी स्ट्रगल करते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं लिमिटेड हो जाती है in terms of the upfront cost that you can spend on AI infra to accomplish something. And that's why it's very important, even at the application layer, to think about use cases where you are able to generate enough value, right, from AI, right, in terms of for the end user also. For example, मैं एक अगर कंपैरिजन, हम इंटरव्यू की बात कर रहे थे, अगर मैं आपको इंटरव्यू के लिए रेडी कर देता हूँ विद इन कपल ऑफ आवर्स ऑफ इंटरेक्शन, then you might be willing to pay maybe a couple of thousand, 1,000, 2,000 कुछ तो दोगे, right? You would be happy to pay that amount. But if I am using AI, right, to solve some random problem, जिसके लिए paying customer is not even willing to pay for like 50 rupees, 20 rupees, then suddenly you won't be able to fund the amount of training you need, the amount of.
But do you agree or maybe not agree? Because I saw whenever there's an industry that the government has wants to set up in India or become a part of the supply chain, or there's already a missing part in supply chain, they bring out this PLI or ELI, production link incentive.
Yes.
So, for example, in the case of chip manufacturing in India, the government did bring in PLI के okay, जितना production करोगे उस हिसाब से we will be, let's say 10-20% of our cost we are going to bear. Same is with the battery. के इंडिया को सप्लाई चेन में लाना है with battery production in India. Same PLI, ELI, which is employment linked incentive. Do you think that the government should also step in? That we want our companies to work upon large scale universal models.
Basically AI infrastructure बनाना है और इंडिया का ही AI infra होना चाहिए, इंडिया में रहना चाहिए.
And the government should support the upfront training cost of it. के we are going to be investing $40,000, $50,000 or sorry, let's say no, I'm sorry, per company कर लेंगे या फिर $10 billion is our budget for all of these companies which may get selected as, create your own Indian version of.
Yeah, so AI and generally emerging tech, right? Think of government should definitely do, but government then should do a lot of things, right? So that is something which would be great to see अगर वो होता है, but it's not something that we can wait for. The AI, right? By we I mean AI community or the tech community in India in general. अगर हम वो wait करते रहेंगे, right? I don't think the world, China तो wait नहीं कर रहा, right? US तो wait नहीं कर रहा. They anyways have enough funds and they are just riding at a speed that you cannot match unless we either मतलब government एकदम से कुछ कर दे,
correct,
right? Which right now I'm not seeing much momentum in that direction, but I hope future में हो. But the other path is as entrepreneurs, as innovators, as a strong tech community जो कि इंडिया में stronger होते जा रही है day by day. Can't we be smarter about finding those use cases either within India or outside where you would be able to fund this kind of development? ऐसे use cases exist करते होंगे where people would be willing to pay from day one.
But not as a rapper. So, for example, I have a take upon it. US is very entrepreneurial, both from a as an entrepreneur perspective or even from a money raising perspective, right? Both the side of things that, okay, I'm an entrepreneur looking for money, and then there's a certain segment of that, okay, I am an investor who's willing to put money upon these entrepreneurs. In India, however, even though entrepreneurship has happened, but most of these money raised is from investors based out of US and Europe.
Yeah.
Indian venture capitalists or Indian venture capital groups have not been created. Now,
yes.
While it was good in the events of service economy wherein we had Flipkart, Zomato and all the other big companies that being created, but these are practically vultures हैं ये जो हमारे Indian user segments के ऊपर revenue बनाना.
Yeah, that's the biggest gap in India.
But same thing.
Yeah.
Since we have missing investors, जब US के अंदर these companies came working upon advent of GenAI, OpenAI, OpenAI, and all of these companies have invested money in their AI initiatives and entrepreneurs based out of US only, but have not done so in India because again, most of the companies forefront are here. However, China from the last 20 years knew about that we have lost upon the war of, or let's say a business model wherein the Japanese and the Germans have done really well in ICE cars, internal combustion engine cars. Last 20 साल से वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ battery operated cars, electric cars and so on as an industry support कर रही थी government.
Yeah.
And now it has started to give results wherein BYD has become a larger player than Tesla, both in terms of selling cars and maybe not in terms of value, but at least in selling cars. But that was government supported again. Companies like BYDs and other battery operators being in humongous losses and government giving them loans and so on. Yes. Do you still think a government should not be operated because वो investor community missing है India में because they already have their...
I totally agree. Okay. All I'm saying is, while I would love to see that kind of push from the government, I do not see that happening like immediately. It might happen, right? Because government has to, right? The way I see AI इज लाइक जैसे हम जितना हम ध्यान रोड्स बिल्ड करने पे दे रहे हैं उतना ही AI इंफ्रा बिल्ड करने पे भी दे, right? Because this is like the network for the future, right? uh, so while I agree with that, but वो होने नहीं वाला immediately, ऐसा लग रहा है, right? The way things are going, and there are a lot of priorities, right, from defense to education, right? Some competing priorities हो सकती है, but at the end of the day, my job, right, or even our job as part of the tech community in India is to still figure out a solution. That's what we are good at, right? Problem है तो solution ढूंढ ही लेंगे. And in that, while endgame is not rapper startups, but why I would encourage rapper startups, Cursor को लोग शुरू में rapper startup बोलते थे, right? Now you can look at the evaluation, right? And there are like plenty of such examples. While I am not saying कि rapper startups is your end game, can you figure out use cases? And this is my open challenge to all innovators in India. Can you figure out use cases for AI which are immediately monetizable, which can fund your deep tech startup down the line? That's how we are running the lab within the AI lab within Adda, for example. If we are looking for ideas which we know are immediately useful, they are creating immense value for
Users.
for the end users or other businesses, and they would allow us enough amount of capital to actually go ahead and basically build our moonshot ideas, right? So I think that's the only solution, given the current reality. If the reality changes, then nothing like it. Actually, if there's a big push from the government, I think I would be the first one to. I think we'll have the other podcast that you were talking about. Then
ठीक है कुश. I guess we've been chatting for about an hour and a half or even more, and I'll try to, or I'll want to end this on a note that if you want us to do this often, please make sure that you give us feedbacks, things that we can do better, topics that we can talk about more, any specific topics in AI. And Kush, thank you so much for doing so. If you have some ending notes that you would want to add to our audience, just please feel free to.
yeah, so ending note was actually meant to be that challenge that I threw.
Acha.
Right. So socho us pe, and there'll soon be a surprise from Prepinsta side or Adda Education.
Some products that people can get.
And not only products, but also support if you want to build your own products.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So just stay tuned.
So watch this space. We are building something cool for you, and we are building something that you can build, on top of. Again, I'll not give you much clue. Even I have to get a lot more context from Kush. So thank you so much, and make sure that you subscribe if you liked anything. If you have any questions, comments mein dalo, or if you want us to do more of such podcasts, let us know. Thank you.